In this video, I will go over how to create this frog that's made out of a watermelon image. Uh, this is just one frog picture and a watermelon picture. So to start, let me just, I'll just delete these layers. That's fine. So make a new scene, file new, and I have my preset already. Next thing, I'm just going to bring in my pictures, and I'm just going to resize this to make it bigger. Same thing with the watermelon, something like that. And next thing, I'm going to go to layer, new fill layer, solid, and I'm just going to give it a blue. I'm going to click and drag this down to the bottom. Now, sometimes I get this glitch where, okay, I cannot see my blue background that I just added. There must be something down here that, I don't know, but basically you want to click and drag it again to the bottom, maybe move your mouse to the right a little bit, let go, and there you go. So I don't know if this is some feature that I just don't know of, but if that happens, that's what you got to do. Anyways, I'm just going to lock that, and I'm going to hide my watermelon image. Here's my frog image, and I'm going to use my mask. Let me rasterize this real quick. I'm going to, using Magic Wand tool, hold Shift, something like this. That's fine. I want to avoid masking the frog as much as I can. So yeah, this is fine. Maybe grab some of that. But yeah, okay. So now I'm just gonna click on the mask icon, select inverse or Control-Shift-I if you're on PC, and then click on the mask icon, and then just erase as much as you can out. This isn't the highest quality of pictures, but this picture works really well for this assignment. It's always a good idea to get a really high quality picture, especially in Photoshop, for working in Photoshop and doing these sort of things. But it's hard if the picture you have, even though it's high quality, if the picture just doesn't work well with what you're trying to do, then it's going to be pointless having a high quality picture if your picture just doesn't work well. So because this picture works well, I keep using this one. Another thing is it's kind of hard to see where the fingers are, where the shadows are. But like I said, it's a good picture. I'm just assuming this is where this part starts. I'll just leave it like that, and maybe do something like that. I'm not going to be too perfect about this, just to keep the video short or shorter. So something like that. Going to erase some of this. Not sure what happened. Let me try it again. There we go. What happened was, if I'm trying to erase something, one thing is, let's say I want to erase this right here, but nothing's happening. In fact, it's just bringing back some of the picture. Well, that's because right here, my colors are flipped, so I need to press X, and then when I press the eraser, I can erase again. So basically, if you're trying to erase something but nothing happens, instead it's bringing something back, you gotta press X or just flip these, or just click on the default right here. Because if you're trying to erase something but it's bringing something back, then if you press B, that's your eraser. So it kind of flips. So if that happens, basically just flip these colors. And then when you erase something, it erases. Anyways, to remove these pixels, I'm going to Control, click, select, inverse, select, modify feather, leave it at 1 pixel, and then just delete. Press it a couple of times. There we go. Next thing is I'm going to hide that, bring back my watermelon, and rasterize that, mask this, and I can mask it if I want. Whoops. Control Shift I, then mask. I still have to erase this, but I like to use the lasso tool. Inverse that, delete, and then deselect, and erase some of this. I'm not too worried about this green part here because this kind of resembles like frog or whatever, but that's good. So now that I have that, I'm going to bring this one back, and before I do anything else, I'm going to apply this mask to this frog. So I'm going to right click on that mask icon, apply layer mask. I'm going to rename this just frog underscore front. I'm going to duplicate this and then rename the bottom one to frog underscore back. Move the front to the top, and then I'm going to hide the front. Actually, no. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I have 2 layers. Frog front is going to be just the front part of the frog, and then the frog back is just going to be the back part of the frog. So in order for this to work, the 2 images need to be right on top of one another, so just don't move it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. Using my lasso, I want to cut out the torso area and give it like a roundish look to it. Basically not like this where it's just straight down. And do something like this, something like that. And what I'm going to do is I have the back part selected, and because I selected or circled around the front part of the frog, if I press delete, let me first hide the front part. Because I circled or I masked this part first, and I have the back selected, if I press delete, it deleted the front part because that's what I selected first. Now that I have that one done, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to bring back the front part layer, click on that front part layer, and I'm going to select inverse and then just delete it, and now I have that. I'm going to deselect and then I'll press V on the keyboard so that I can just move this and select it. So I'm going to bring back the front and the back and move this forward. To move it straight, you left click and hold. First of all, you want to make sure you have select your move tool. You want to left click. You want to have this layer selected, this picture selected basically. Left click and hold shift, and then move it to the right. As long as I'm holding both of them down, if I move my mouse up or down, it keeps moving to the sides and not up or down. So that helps moving things without you have shaky hands basically. So anyways, now that I have that done, move this one back a little bit. And I'm going to hide the front. I'm going to bring back my watermelon. And I'll just apply this layer mask now. And what I'm going to do now is With this watermelon selected, I'm going to Control T. I'm going to move my mouse to one of these corners and rotate it. So something like this. And I'm going to move my top part so it kind of connects. Something like that. Doesn't have to be too perfect. And what I'm going to do now is to give it that perspective look. I'm going to hold down Control. When I do that, my mouse changes to this like white arrow thing. See? So I'm going to hold Control, left click and hold, and move my mouse like so. Something like that. And I'm going to do the same thing for over here. Same thing, hold down Control, make it so that it lines down there. Grab this part, move that, go back to over here, something like that, and maybe make this a little bit bigger, squeeze this down a little bit, something like that. Now that I'm done, press enter. I do have this, so I can always just Control T, hold Control, move it up a tad, up, something like that. It's not super perfect, but that's fine. Now that I got that, I'm going to bring back my front frog picture, move it over here, and there you go.